Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name's Paul, and today I'm going to be checking out something which has always been a very exciting and awesome product. We're going to be checking out Neofly 4. Now, for anyone who's not in the know, you've not got a clue what Neofly is, please do go and check out the link that I've put in the description. Neofly is essentially a career app for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And version 4 has dropped today. Now, it's not something that is completely new to me. I have been using the beta, as I say, for probably the last, I think it's approximately 12 months. I don't know, it could be 9 months, could be 12. I genuinely can't remember when they opened the beta. But yeah, we're going to be checking it out. So before we get into a flight anyway, I'm going to get the application on the screen for everyone to see. We're going to pick a flight and yeah, and just explore it. So if you're watching live, appreciate you popping in. Also, if you're watching this back post stream, again, welcome to the channel. Stick around, hit that like button, give a little thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, let's get into it. So yeah, very excited to see that this is finally released publicly, and I've probably mentioned more than enough times in the description. It is completely free to use unless you want to unlock some additional perks, if you want to get some other pilots flying for you, some AI pilots, and also if you want to get into the airline side of things. But this is our main screen, this is our job screen, starting off completely fresh, which gives you $5,000. Showing 4,596 because what I've done is I've taken out some insurance on me starting aircraft, which is the I've gone for the Piper Arrow, sorry, the PA-28 Warrior, not the Arrow. So I think what I'm going to do as well is just make sure I get a little bit more fuel in this. So if we go to our aircraft page or our hangar page, we should be able to tell it. We just want to stick in a bit more fuel, so I'm going to go with about, I think that's going to cost me $33. And there we go. Right, so back to the jobs page. I'll keep forgetting as well, freelance is a new mode that's being added, which allows you to literally fly whatever you want. But I think it just comes with a little bit of reduced payout. So it still does go into your main account, any money that you earn from these jobs, but you don't get as much as what you normally would do because I don't think there's any associated costs involved with these. So we've got 727 pounds of cargo available. 3 passengers. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one. So it's only 33 miles. I mean, we can, do you know what? We can actually do the max distance. If I just set that to 100, see what comes back. Yeah, so we've got one there which is 98 miles long. Echo Golf X-Ray Charlie, 98 miles. That is going to be paying us $9,498 of a weight of 620 pounds. So if we have a look at that, that's going to be taking us way over here. Do you know what? I think I'll do that one. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so to add that into your job list, just literally click this button here.
Hey pilot, the cargo is ready and waiting. You know what to do. Have a safe flight.
There we go. So
pilot from dispatch. The cargo door is open and the cargo is being transferred.
Right, so one thing that's important for us to do as well, you'll notice on the top here it says that the Microsoft Flight Simulator payload doesn't match current aircraft load, so you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to, but it does come with a little bit of a penalty. You won't get like the full rewards in terms of XP. I think you'll still get the full monetary value, but in terms of leveling up, which is shown on this little bar at the top here, yeah, you won't get any bonuses.
Transporter. Loading is complete.
If you don't set the load correctly. So we'll go into this. We'll add some cargo. So we'll do 200. 170. I'll tell you what, we'll do 170 there, 170 there. That's going to put us at what, 880? So we'll say luggage. We'll take that off a little bit. £210 of luggage, and now we're showing 790. So I've literally also just done there. It's just brought up the weight and balance screen in the sim. And, you can see now we are we're looking good. Okay, and it says payload matching, so payload realism XP granted at the end of the flight. So there we go. You notice just the little line before that one, it was saying it was missing payload, so no bonus XP will be given. You keep it that way. So that's pretty much done. So as long as you've got all 3 greens on here, so the airport location is matching, the aircraft is matching. They're the 2 that you need to actually start the flight. But as I say, if you want the extra XP, you just got to make sure your payload is also matching or is greater than what it's asking of you. And that is it. All we need to do now is get in the aircraft and get fired up, and we're good to go. It'll track us. And what I'm also going to be using on screen in the sim is Skyfer Sim, which again is you can download this for free. You can buy a pro version, which gives you additional features. It's not just something that you use for Neofly. You can do your own flight plans in it, PDF readers inside it, but this is fully integrated with Neofly, just out of the box. So if we click connect on that, it'll show us that payload required 790. That's good. Payload is matching. Payload realism. It says jobs. Sure. I think we're good to go anyway. I'm sure there was like an action button that says no cargo loaded in player aircraft. Oh, of course, that's because we've got passengers, haven't we, instead? There we go. And if we click on that airport as well, it gives us all our information associated with that, which is pretty cool. Just don't know why it says 0 packs though. It's a bit of a weird one, but it's got the job built in there anyway. It's showing us £620, and we're getting paid 9,498 minus any costs. There we go. So we got the aircraft loaded up. I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've been in this one. Keep the wheel fairings on, I think, and I think we can change our GPS as well. Yeah, we'll stick the PMS in. I actually uninstalled the TDI. Oh, sorry, the TDS. The TDS. Right, so I'll get the battery on. Fuel is on.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Oh, beacon or strobe were off while engine running. Yeah, got me on that one, didn't it? Yep, there's the beacon now. It's on. So you can't search for jobs. That's absolutely fine. I'm just trying to find which one it is for the map. I wonder if it'll just have it built in that way. Oh yeah, of course it has. Look at that. There we go. Right. Get some lights on in here as well. The one thing I'm trying to find again is where the hell is my avionics switch? I know that one. Oh no, it's this one, isn't it? Gets rid of the tablet for us. Just trying to find where the avionics switch is. It's just our landing lights. Let me just make sure. Ah, there it is. Now where were we going? EGXC. Over to Coningsby. Okay, lovely jubbly. Right, winds going 17 knots 260, so we're going to be taking off runway 27. The parking brakes off, taxi lights, sorry, landing lights in this thing. It's got no taxi lights. Definitely not going to need all the runway in this thing. Nice. So it gets to about 60 knots.
Okay, pilot, steady away. See you again soon.
I love that we get those little pop-ups as well in Skype for Sim. So we're just going to follow runway heading, then we'll do a left turn. Okay, we'll raise the flaps. I'll just aim for 090 degrees. Always forget that there's not put many showcase cameras in this aircraft. I'll tell you what, you're not going to break any records in this thing. Right, so what we'll do in a moment, I'll bring Neofly back up just while we're just en route, and we'll just have a little look through the application as a whole. Just give yourself a bit more clearance from the ground. Right, okay then, so we'll get Neofly back up on the screen. And let's just have a little quick mooch on this. So I've got the autopilot running on the Warrior, so we should be good. Yeah, so just touching on what I was saying before, it really is a great, comprehensive career add-on. Absolutely all sorts of stuff you can get into. But yeah, so first and foremost, let's say this is the job screen. You've got all sorts of different filters if you want to search for destination airports that have got hard runways, ILS system, lights, refueling capabilities, and also an ATC service. You can filter out just by using these 5 here, or you can just say, you know what, I don't care what an airport has got. And if you take these off, you'll get a much greater list of potential job destinations. In terms of the jobs themselves, again, we'll just go through these. We've got the tool tips on, so they'll come up on screen as well as me telling you. So we can either just have normal cargo jobs, sensitive cargo, express cargo, so cargo which is time sensitive, illicit stuff, so things we shouldn't be really carrying, a little bit naughty. We've got passenger jobs, VIP passengers, helicopter passengers, or helicopter VIPs, tourist, and they're actually quite fun. That'll actually ask you to, take a tourist to a particular landmark. You've got to fly within a certain diameter or circumference of that destination or that landmark. We've got secret passenger, and then the fun ones, we've got emergency sort of ops, so that could be landing on a road of an accident like a crash, search and rescue, wildfire. We've got a parachutist one. Again, they're quite fun. Take off from an airport, get to a designated altitude above the ground, get to a particular area, and it'll, you'll hear all the audio cues, or like the passengers jumping out ready to go, and you just got to return back to an airport. Advertising. We've got military interception, so if you like using military jets, you've got interceptor missions, airline passengers, and then humanitarian missions. So we've got an absolutely massive amount, and you can toggle these on and off. Now, the reason why some of these aren't switched on by default is, again, because some of these are actually locked behind your rank. So again, the more you fly in Neofly, the more XP you earn. So it's not just about how much XP a job actually gives you, but it's also how much time that you're spending in the air. So the more you're flying, the more XP you're earning to level up and get some of these other jobs unlocked. And again, this goes up for a good few levels as well. You can also filter jobs out depending on how much free capacity you've got in the aircraft in terms of your cargo weight, or also how many passengers that your aircraft can hold. So again, all these things will factor on what jobs are shown to you in this little job list. It's really cool. Now if we go on to the next one, which is the hangar, this is where it will show you any and all aircraft that you currently either own or you're currently renting. So you can see that myself there, which isn't a picture of me, it's not a true likeness. I've got the beard, just not as much hair on the top of my head. But if you've got multiple aircraft, you'll see these will just start stacking next to one another. So it's really, really nice laid out user interface, I find. Got an option on your aircraft as well if you want to insure it. Now, because this is our own aircraft, insurance does not come with it. If you do rent an aircraft from the aircraft market, that should automatically come insured, I believe. There's an option to sell your aircraft, but if you do relocate your pilot somewhere else, you'll always have an option on the aircraft as well to bring that to your pilot location for a nominal fee. Of course, this is our flight screen, so it gives us our live map, shows us exactly where our aircraft is. You can see we're currently en route to our destination over here, so we're going to Coningsby. Again, just basically gives you a breakdown of what the job is that you're doing. So you can see that we've got 620 pound of cargo, it's 98 miles long, and it gives us our basically what we're going to get paid. We go over to the next tab, the goods market. Now this is like a really cool feature. Now I don't tend to use this a lot, but if you are looking to try and make some quick money, when I was playing with this in the early access or in the beta, it was still cool to do because it was nice to try and work out, you know, where you could make the most profit. So you can literally, whenever you land somewhere, or not even then, even if I was in flight now, I could have a look and see what the market's like at Coningsby, and then I could search for, you know, another airport and see what goods Coningsby's got, try and buy something at the cheapest price, and then I could check other airports and see if there's anywhere that I could fly to sell that at a profit. So it's a full economy, but the thing you've got to be aware of as well, it's not just unlimited amounts. So for instance, you know, if I land at Coningsby and they've got fish available for sale, and I know Liverpool wants to buy fish and they're going to buy it at a more expensive price, allowing me to make a profit, they're only taking 367 units of fish until they're satisfied. So these always get updated, they're always going to change. I'm just going to give myself a bit more clearance as well. I've just noticed I've got a bit higher terrain just coming ahead. But yeah, if you use this right, you know, it certainly is a good way to get some extra cash. Aircraft market, really good. We can either search at a particular airport, what aircraft is available to buy, or if there's a specific one that you want to look at. So in this case, if I put in the 208, assuming that there's a couple of Cessnas here which are available to buy, so Grand Caravan. The black square one is also here as well, and there's a couple of them for purchase. There's a brand new one. Any which haven't got the word new next to them generally don't have the best condition. So if you do buy them, just bear in mind, although you're getting a reduced cost, you do want to increase the, I'd like to say, the airframe, the engine. That will cost you some of your own money to do that. So just be aware. Any which have got the option to rent next to them, providing that you can afford the deposit, you can rent those aircraft. But just something you need to be aware of as well. So if I was to have a look for, say, let's have a look for a Baron. I don't know why I'm picking the black square ones here, probably because I enjoy flying them so much. But if we were to have a look at the Baron, we see that, you know, oh yeah, that only wants 97 grand for me to rent that. Another thing that you need to consider as well is whether or not you've got the license to operate that. So you'll see that these have got the B license next to these, which means you need to have that associated license in order to operate that aircraft. I believe if we go onto this page, the qualifications one, you'll see that currently I'm only certified for the A license, which is basically the single engines, props. I think B is, I think that's dual piston engines or two piston engines. C is turboprop. I think that's twin turboprop. Jet or narrow body. Heavy or wide body jets. Helicopter licenses, and then we've also got the military one as well. So just bear that in mind. You don't get all the licenses. In terms of the stars as well, so what I would probably want to do is go and actually reset my my A license, because if you were able to complete it at a should we say a more satisfactory level, if you get 2 stars, that actually gives you an increased XP bonus when you're using that aircraft, and if you get 3, you get a greater level of XP again, a bigger bonus whenever you're flying these aircraft. This is just what gets given to you at the start, so it's not that I've done a bad job. Whenever you start your career and you're given the A license, it just puts you on a single star by default, so it is worthwhile actually going in and redoing that license, or essentially doing it for the first time. If we go back to the previous screen as well, this is our career, so it gives us all our information, a breakdown of what our rank is, what experience we've got, what qualifications we've got, and this is our current location. So if you do want to move your pilot at any time, you can click this little button, just put in the ICAO code for the aircraft, for your pilot, and it'll move them there automatically. Achievements as well, we've got a couple of these here which will illuminate once they are completed. And also some stats which you can change from like the last week, day or month, or all your history, and it gives you also some what mission types you've done, landing feet per minute, distance flown. So it's a pretty cool little page. Similar to this as well, little log, you can actually get it to trace or show all the different flights that you've done. So we haven't done one at all yet. As I say, this is a brand new profile which I've decided to do with the release publicly. So once our flight's completed, we'll have a log there, and it'll also show it on the map for us as well, and that will stay there. Finances. This is also a cool little thing. It'll give you everything in terms of what your income is, and also any expenditures, anything that you've got going out. Now, if you do want to accelerate, or probably not accelerate, but if you do want a little bit of a helping hand, depending on your rank, you can actually take out loans. So you can see here, I am only a cadet at the moment, so for the cadet it will grant me a $50,000 loan with a 20% interest on that, and if I want to take that out, it's just a simple case of clicking that button and boom, there we go, you've got a loan. So if you don't just want to grind and keep grinding away, and you want to try and accelerate your career a little bit quicker, you can do loans to facilitate that. And of course, when you do get to the final rank, which I don't know, I think it might be a senior captain or something, you can actually get a $10 million loan. I still don't think, I don't know whether that's enough to get you a jet or not, but it's certainly a good little chunk anyway to help you on your travels. Now, if we go to the next ones, these are where some of the perks start coming in. So I haven't enabled any of these yet, but if you want to use AI pilots, so as you start either increasing your fleet of aircraft, you can have multiple pilots basically running jobs for you and earning money, or even if you're not flying and you want to stick an AI pilot in your aircraft, you can do that, but you can only do that if you have the pilot's perk. So you need to go onto Neofly's website, purchase that perk, or I think you can subscribe as a donator on one of the Patreon levels. And it's the same thing with airline as well. This used to be called FBOs, but if you want to get into running an airline, as it says, you can run your own airline, choose your airline name and logo, select a hub to start from, earn reputation to gain more customers and more lucrative jobs, hire managers as you open more hubs. So I think when you hire managers, you start getting like little discounts on some of the hub services, like for refueling, maintenance, stuff like that. And you've also got the option to create and manage your own jobs and routes around the world. So again, cool little perk if that's something that you want. If you don't just want to use this as like just being a lone wolf, certainly gives you a good little way to expand from being just a singular pilot to trying to create some sort of global aviation force. Campaigns is cool. Included with Neofly, you get the pandemic, which was sort of based around when obviously when COVID was around. 6 missions on this one that you can do, and by the looks of things, this is included. Gives you XP and also it gives you money as well, which will go into your main balance. So really cool if you want to have a little bit of a story to do. It starts off with like a really small flight. Just be aware that if you want to start this, to get to that location, you can either fly there or you can teleport your pilot there for a cost. If you want Cleopatra, that again is one of the perks that you need to get. Now, you can actually get all of the perks. You can get the pilots, you can get the airline, and you can get the Cleopatra add-ons. I think it works out on the website. It's like 20 euros. So saying that in pounds, probably like 16 pounds or so. And then finally, a settings page. If you want to have a look for any aircraft which is being added to the sim. So for instance, the latest one that I think was added was the Ford 4AT. As you can see, I've not got this marked down, but if I wanted to have them populate the aircraft marker, all I've got to do is put a check mark against these. But the good thing what the developer's doing as well is any new aircraft which comes to the sim, if it's not being added yet, click this little button at the bottom and you'll be able to basically start adding some you know, some new aircraft for them to add to the add-on. But yeah, other than that, we've got the store. As I say, if you want to register any of these, just go to the website, buy the perks. I've not got round to registering my information yet. But then all you got to do is put your email that you've used to get those perks and also the key that was given, and then they will automatically unlock within the app, and it's just as simple as that. Well, that's it. Right, well, we'll crack on, have a little look, see where we're at in terms of our flights. I'm going on the wrong one, so we're not too far away now. We're past the halfway point, which is good. So we'll take Neofly off the screen and we'll get back to it. Rogan, how you doing, mate? Sorry, I don't know if you've been in here long or your message just popped up. Apologies, yeah, just been given a little overview on Neofly. Yeah, literally starting off from the bottom, mate. Starting off from scratch again. But yeah, really cool little add-on. Now, as I say, you know, I pretty much use the majority of Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons. And I'm not going to say one's better than the other because, you know, everything, they all offer different playing styles, which is fabulous. But Neofly is definitely, you know, it's got an abundance of options, mate, and for free. You know, don't say no to it. Big boy, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm very well, thank you very much. Work wasn't as bad as what I thought it'd be today. Started off really slow. I thought it was going to be dragging me heels, but I managed to find enough things to do during the afternoon, and it went pretty quick. I'm not going to lie, dinner time come, and then the afternoon just flew. I just got here, mate, downloading it. Good. Yeah, it is brilliant, mate. You know, I'm not going to lie. It's you know, for something that someone's put so much time and effort into, and he's pretty much offering it for absolutely jackedly squat. And as I say, if you do want to start opening up more options in it, I say you've got like the little perks that you can get there for. You can buy them individually, or you can buy the all three perks for like 20 euros. So it's yeah, it's a good offering. But again, you don't need those perks. You just want to use it as a little career for yourself. You don't need nothing. Unfortunately not, no. It's an application which runs on your PC, so yeah, you can't use on an Xbox. And to be honest, I think that's why, you know, with the announcement of Flight Sim 2024 as well, obviously Microsoft and Asobo have seen that there's been a lot of people on Xbox who would love to be able to do some sort of like career a style playthrough. Again, I'm still not convinced that it's going to be something in the form of, you know, something as I don't know, it's like comprehensive as like Neofly or On Air or Air Hauler or anything like that. I'll be pleasantly surprised if they have got some sort of like progression that you can do, but I genuinely think it'll be something like you know, activities similar to like the bush flights now and that's available. I can't see it being a fully fledged career, to be honest. But if it is, I'll be happy and I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I certainly don't think it'll be something for me that will, you know, take over something like Neofly or the Sky Park or on Air Autopilot's life. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We can only be pleasantly surprised or bitterly disappointed. God, was I actually talking then, or was I muted? I've done it again. Yeah, there we go. There's my answer. Yeah, so absolutely, mate. I will happily bring Neofly back up and show you all that. What I was just rattling on about in silence there was, yeah, this little Skyfer sim pad that I'm using. This is something which, again, is free. It integrates in the Neofly, so you can have it actually showing up like what I've got now in Flight Sim. But normally using my second monitor anyway, I would just have Neofly open on my second monitor. But just because I'm obviously live streaming this, I just want to make sure that I don't miss anyone who's chatting away. So hence why I'm using this. I don't normally have it open otherwise. Should see a few Typhoons sitting down here as well at Coningsby. Good evening, Louis. Hello, mate. Have you changed your logo? Ah. Good choice with colour, mate. There's a few of us that love red in here. Yeah, it looks alright, that, man. So what's with the change then? Are you doing a complete rebranding? Is it fitting in with other things, or is it just the logo that you're having to play with? So it's not a knockoff of the BBC one, yeah? Okay. Writing a book, mate. Okay. What genre? Are you still having a little dabble in doing the games as well? Bloody hell, because adding a book onto that as well, mate. Tell you what, you're keeping yourself busy, aren't you? Which isn't a criticism, by the way. That's no, that's good. Yeah, bloody hell. Busy man. I don't know, mate. I mean, genuinely, I've never thought about anything like that. I'd probably say, obviously, something that you've got an interest in. I mean, you know, what type of book would it be? Would it be like, you thinking more along the lines of a novel, or, you know, is it something that's going to be like factual? You know, on a subject. Yeah, a novel. So would it be like a crime-based one? Would it be a romantic one? This is it. I wouldn't. I've never considered anything like that, so I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to give you any ideas, unfortunately. Terrible at stuff like this. Also, as well, just to add, I know a couple of you that are in here now, you know that this is my new home for all me content. So anyone else, if you're watching this video back just out of coincidence, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, hit that thumbs up. I know it probably sound like I'm a begging bugger at the moment, but I can say, just want to see if this is something not to make a career out of. I'm quite happy in my job, but yeah, just so I know that this is the stuff that you guys like. Oh yeah, the VR on Discord. Yeah, while you've got him, mate. Right, so we're not too far away now. Probably another 5 minutes or so. A cheeky guess. Yeah, don't like me. You like the content, just not me. I'll remember that. Louis thinking of a title like Robo Dog. Oh, probably a children's book. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's one thing as well. I mean, you're doing a little bit of a service there as well, aren't you, mate? Because I think that sort of audience as well. You know, you can inspire kids at a young age. We can just have it as a means of entertainment. But yeah, children's books. I mean, I know it's insanely competitive market, especially, you know, you see how many celebs are getting involved in doing that sort of stuff now as well. It's crazy. Just right for Paul's reading level. Nice. Yeah, appreciate that, mate. Do a little twist on that age-old saying. Who needs friends when you can have a Rogan? Oh, terrible. I'll remember that. Does trim quite nice, the Warrior. I'm literally not inputting much on the yoke at the moment. So we are going to be landing in the opposite direction. We're going to be landing on runway, I think it was what, 28 or 26, something like that. Not as if you don't know where to live either. Yeah, exactly. I've got that saved in the sat nav, mate. No, so Louis, pretty much what I'm trying to do on the channel now, I'm trying to keep the like the interfaces as clutter free as possible. I may revert to using sticking the webcam on again at some point, maybe. I don't know, but there's certainly some days, you see, when I come home from work and, you know, I might look absolutely exhausted and I might not be in the mood to, you know, make sure that I'm sitting straight and centered and all this. And some days it's, you know, it's times like that when I decide, you know what, I can't be bothered streaming. So at least this way I can still be slouched to one side and, you know, not have to worry about people seeing what I'm doing, etc. You know, I think a lot of the times when you're streaming, if you are using a camera, that can certainly, you know, for no reason I can explain, it can sap a lot more energy out of you, or certainly it does with me anyway. So no, unfortunately not, no webcam on. Well, I've not actually done any streams with my camera on since I've moved over to YouTube. He just wants to do naked streaming more. Exactly, mate. Look, when it's hot as it has been for the last probably week or two, or felt sticky, I don't think anyone wants to be sitting here and seeing me with me moobs out, do they? Exactly. I mean, if you can find anything of interest in any of my live streams, mate, you're more than welcome to. You know, like if I absolutely muck up this landing, or if there's anything interesting, you know, I mean, you're more than welcome to. More than welcome to do that. Trying to see if I can spot where this is. Right, there's the runway there, I think. So we're going to be coming around and landing back in on this direction. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been back in this. Here's, of course, the Just Flight PA-28 Warrior. It flies really nice as well. What I'll have to do as well, I'll have a little look and see where the test center is as well, because I definitely need to get a few more stars, so I get more XP when I'm flying. No worries, Rogan. That's cool, man. Right, so there's our strip just down there. Okay, we're going to get some flaps introduced. Welcome back, mates. All good, man.
Transporter from dispatch. Nice landing. Go to the parking and put your parking brake on. I'll be in touch.
Tell you what, I needed a
Contact
lot of
ground
bloody
for your
left rudder then when I
assignment,
landed.
Then shut down your engine.
Smooth landing. Okay, so we got the flaps retracted, they're back up. Tell you what, we'll come off here, right? Or will we? Oh no, we won't, we won't, we won't. Yeah, you should give it a go, mate. Honest to God, it's if you're flying airlines all the time, I mean, as much as it's great, you know, setting up the aircraft and, you know, sticking to like a flight plan off SimBrief. This is why I have to mix it up, because it just starts feeling like a bit autonomous. But when you start doing things like this as well, just getting into small general aviation aircraft, and, you know, feeling more of effect of like the wind, just like I have then when I was landing, I was sort of like coming in on like a crabbing angle. It's you know, it's still exceptionally good fun. You're missing out as well on a lot of, you know, really cool aircraft. I just need to change me Toby a little bit as well, just get it to go back to centre a bit more, because what I have noticed is turning my head for long periods of time, it's not going back to like the same position. So it's probably just a bit of the messing around with like the configuration that I've set up a while back. I'll tell you what, we'll stop here. Okay, so parking brakes are on. Just minimize that. So as soon as we cut the fuel off, that's when it'll that's when Neofly will tell us that it's recording the flight. So landing light is off. Still got the anti-collision on. Right, so I'll get Neofly back up on the screen. Oh, I had my fuel pump on for the whole left flight, didn't I? Right, and now what I've got to do is I've actually got it set so that I have to hit this little action button. Now, this is something that you can configure in the settings, whether you want to have it so that I think it was under this bit anyway. Oh yeah, mission manual trigger. So enable this setting if you would like to control sound and action events from Neofly with a manual trigger enabled so you can play the PAX loading sounds after the doors have been opened. So that's why it's not kicked in yet. So again, if we go back to the flight page, click that action button.
Stand by, pilot. Cargo unloading.
Okay. And as you can see there, flight time 59 minutes. Aircraft stress respect bonus granted 15 XP. Payload realism because we put the correct amount of cargo in, another 9 XP. Your A qualification score 1 stars grants you an XP rate of 1 time. So that's what I was saying about if you do go and resit that test and get more stars, it'll give you a better XP bonus. Total flight XP 77. I think it also as well.
Transporter from dispatch. The cargo was picked up by the customer. Your mission is completed.
There we go. So we earned our 9,498. We did have to pay $156.
You can start your engine now.
For the airport fees for landing. And I'm sure it gave us as well a landing rate, didn't it? Yeah, look at that, minus 2 feet per minute. I tell you what, if that would have been me, what's it called, me type rating, that'd have been 3 stars. I won't get anywhere near that one. Actually go and do it again. Right, so Rogan, what would you like to see in Neofly, mate? I'm all ears. Anything you want me to look at, mate? Everything. Okay. Right. Ugh. So when you've created your pilot, for instance, give them a name, picked what aircraft you want to start off with and all that, and also the starting location. So this is the jobs page that you see. So as you can see, my level up to now I've earned 87 XP. Okay, so you've never used not on it like this at all. Okay. So what I was saying earlier on was, depending on your aircraft that you start with, it'll have so much weight or cargo that it's allowed to be allocated, and also it'll be restricted to how many passengers or packs you can carry. So we can see here, I've got 777 pounds of cargo space that I can fill, and also 3 passenger slots. Now, this list on here is all the jobs that are currently available to me. So I can literally click on this and you'll see this map updating. You know, it'll give you where we're starting off from to where these jobs are taking us to. Now, the thing to be aware of as well, now, if I didn't have any of these switched on, so if I do that, this will give me more airports for me to actually search through. And the only reason why I have all these things on is because I don't want to be landing somewhere at the moment because of the aircraft that I'm in that's going to be too short of a runway, or potentially, if I'm flying at night, I want to be able to see where I'm landing. So I'll have things like the lights on, make sure I can get fuel from there. I'm not too worried about the ATC, to be honest. But all this is configurable. You can also set as well your distance. So if I hit that, now it's only showing me flights of a maximum distance of 50 miles. But I'm always happy, depending on what aircraft. If I'm in one of the smaller ones, I'm always happy to do like 100 or 150. Depends how long you want to fly for. But say you've only got 10 minutes to fly, I mean, you could even put in like 25 and it'll still find jobs. I think 25 might have been too small. I go 40, no, 50 is the minimum. But yeah, 50 miles, probably like half an hour or something like that. Depends on what aircraft you're in. But yeah, there's plenty of jobs. Now, one thing you'll find as well, there'll be a lot more jobs available to you. So all these little filters that are available. Again, this is just normal cargo. I've got illicit cargo, passengers, and I've got tourists. And that's what you'll see next to all these different jobs here on the left hand side of this this column. And you don't have to display them. So if I, for instance, didn't want to have any tourists on there, I can take them off. But one thing you'll notice as well, if I start adding in some of these things, like sensitive cargo, or time sensitive, or express as it's called in Neofly, you'll notice that this list hasn't populated to show me any of them. And the reason being for that is because these missions are only available when you achieve the rank of second officer. So that's literally when you start leveling up. So you'll see that the next rank is second officer. So as soon as I get to that, these would have started populating in the job list for me. So we're not going to have them on at the moment. But yeah, but there's all sorts of other ones as well. So you'll see first officer, you've got VIP passengers. First officer as well, you've got VIP helicopter passengers. You get to second officer, you can do secret passengers. First officer, you can start doing emergency jobs. So that's like landing at a road accident. You know, similar to probably what you've seen me do in the H145. You know, it's that sort of thing. So you got search and rescue. You can put out fires, parachuting missions. Again, that one's second officer. We'll actually unlock that when we level up. Advertisement jobs, military interception, and then we've got airlines and humanitarian. So there's loads of different types of jobs. But as I say, no point me having any of these ones highlighted at the moment because it's not going to update that list. So all you need to do is, depending on what aircraft you've got, if you want to make sure that the available space you've got in your aircraft is available, you just click on these, and it'll always keep account of what free space you've got. Your hangar is where you'll see all your aircraft, and also the pilot which you've got associated to it. So if I wanted to take myself out of that aircraft, there we go. If I had another aircraft, I'd just click on it, and I'd just say I want to fly it. But this is where I'm going to go back to the licenses or the type ratings. So you can see that the Just Flight Warrior, it's a single piston prop, so it's a Category A aircraft. So you can't start with any plane. It'll give you a selection of about, I don't know, I think maybe somewhere in the region of like 10 different planes, but they are small aircraft. If you've got any payware aircraft, you can actually select on the starting screen. You can say use third-party products as well, providing, of course, you own them. But it'll give you a couple of aircraft to choose from. What you need to do is get enough money to rent another one that you want, or to buy one. But also as well, you know, what you've got to understand is some aircraft in the app will cost a lot of money. Getting the licenses for them, there's nothing restricting you in terms of like your level or your rank. That makes no difference. If I show you the licenses page, so if I go to, I think it's this one for qualifications, so you can go and do any of these anytime you want. So if I want to go and fly a twin prop, I can go to one of these locations. It tells you what aircraft you've got to be in. But you'll notice some of these as well are payware. So like the Milviz 310, if I wanted to go to EGBE Coventry, I've got to sit that in the Milviz 310R. Same thing with the Baron as well. The Baron is only available, I think, in like the premium version of Flight Sim. It's not available in the standard one. The DA62, that is a vanilla aircraft, so you could literally go to that location, Echo Golf Charlie Foxtrot, get in the DA62 and get yourself certified for the twin. But again, where you're restricted is cost. So again, if I went and got my license for the Baron, so if I went and got the twin prop, you'll see that aircraft, the cheapest one that I can rent is 841,000. So that isn't the rent price. That's just like that aircraft price if you were to buy it. So what it does is it base the rent. You've got to put a 10% deposit down of whatever the aircraft cost is. So I would need to have 84 grand to be able to rent that one. But then if you weren't at that location, you can bring that aircraft to your pilot location for a small fee. It might cost like $2 grand, $3 grand. It depends on how far away the aircraft is. But this is like a full-on, as I say, a full-on economy. You've got costs associated, so you can't just go in any aircraft. If you did want to fly anything though, and you weren't too bothered for the time being, like you know, like maybe for instance, you know, I've been grinding away and I've been doing all these little jobs in me single engine prop, and I decided, you know what, I really want to do a flight in a larger aircraft or something. They've added this thing called freelance jobs. So I can literally do any of these jobs, doesn't matter what aircraft I'm in, what it detects in the sim. Doesn't matter about nothing. Does not give a crap. It's just a couple of different job types. Again, you can select what distance you want to be able to fly. So you'll see that there's a few more coming up now, whether it's an emergency job. Now, they don't pay as much as what they would be if they were in the normal job list, whatever that's gone. But what these allow you to do is it does not give a crap what aircraft you're in. So you're not locked to anything with these. That makes sense. So, you know, if I wanted to go and do a parachute job now, I mean, how many miles away is that? 173. Tell you what, let's change that to 50. Have we got a parachute one? Well, there's one that's not too far off, 63. So I could do this parachute mission now, literally in whatever I want to fly in. Doesn't matter what I'm in. But one thing you've got to notice as well is it will say that your speed has got to be no more than 70 mile an hour. So you need to make sure you're not in something like a, you know, a fighter jet or something like that. But yeah, you got all these options, so it's really good. In terms of your career, it'll start giving you all this data. So if I have a look at, like, say, my flight time, there we go. I've got nothing to form a graph at the moment because I've only literally done the one flight. But it'll give you a breakdown of your experience, your rank, what qualification categories you've got, where your pilot currently is sitting, how many hours, minutes you've flown for. Again, this is the qualification page. This is what I'm actually going to go and do next. I'm going to do a little qualification flight because if I can get 2 or 3 stars, that means I'm going to earn more XP for each flight that I do. There's no point in staying on 1 star. This is just what's given to you when you start on Neofly. You're just given a category A license and it's 1 star. So even though you're probably saying to me, you know, Paul, why are you going to go and redo that now if you've already got it? As I say, the more stars you've got with these, it just basically means you get better XP rewards, which will in turn will help you level up faster. So if we have a little look, distance ascent, so the nearest place that I can go and do a test on is in the X-Cub skis now. Oh, I tell you what. Do you reckon? Do you reckon that's who it is? Wait, is it Lawrence Llewellyn bloody Bowen or is it Nick Knowles? I thought it was more Nick Knowles. I'll tell you what, because so this is a payware on the C182RG. I'm gonna load into the sim in this, so I need to go to Echo Golf Bravo Lima. So let me just muck around with that a minute. I'll just take Neofly off the screen, and I'm gonna load into the Coronado. And it'll give you an idea on what what these little tests are like, what you've got to do. They're very, very straightforward. They are pretty good. But again, just want to point out all these aircraft on here. it doesn't just show default aircraft in the sim. You need to, any of these that come up like the Coronado or the Just Flight PA-28 or the Blackbird Simulations DHC2, you know, you would need to have them installed in your sim. The likes of the X-Cub skis, the pits, I think the DV20 is that default. Yeah, it is. It's a Sobo. The pits or the X-Cub, they're all vanilla. They're all default aircraft, so you don't have to worry about them. I'm just going to do it in the Coronado C182 because they have that. And you've got to make sure as well the livery matches. So it tells me that it is Delta Echo Golf TL. Delta Echo Golf TL, which is that one. And I need to be at Echo Golf Bravo Lima. Echo Golf Bravo Lima.
First step, start your engines according to the aircraft procedure.
Right, so take this off. It's just asking me to start the aircraft, wasn't it? So if we just have a little look, Neofly. Oh, connect. Information, so start your engine. I'm just going to keep this screen on here because this will give you a little breakdown of what it wants me to do. Get rid of them. Alternator and battery master. That's our avionics switch there. Fuel is set to on. So we'll do. We've got our beacon on, nav lights on. The fuel open a little bit.
Now that the engine is running, taxi to the runway. Don't exceed 25 knots while taxiing.
Stick our avionics on. Taking the time, this one, isn't it? Okay, taxi lights will go on. Stick our flaps down. Right, parking brakes are off. Don't even know which way we're going here. Ah, there we go. I hope this bit isn't a runway. Probably flipping is, isn't it? There we go. There's the start of it.
Align with the runway and take off.
Right, there we go. Parking brakes off, landing lights on. We've got our clearance. Oh wow, what's going on with this? Oh, we're getting a massive... It's pulling me massively to the left end. The amount of rudder I was putting in. There we go, we're up.
We are now in the air. Remember that here at Neofly, we have to take care of our cargo and passengers. Don't bank or pitch too much for the entire flight. Now, climb to 1,000 feet AGL.
Okay, so we're climbing to 1,000 feet above ground level. So it's not what's showing on here. It's above ground level, not above sea level. So if you're in like a mountainous area and the airport was sitting at like 5,000 feet, then you'd have to climb to like 6,000 feet. But as soon as Neofly, as soon as you hit where you're meant to be, there you go.
Remember to watch your bank angle.
So now it wants me to do a U-turn. So I've just got to be careful with my bank angle. I'll probably fail this as well.
Now climb to 3,000 feet AGL. Maintain the same heading.
Okay, so we're going up to 3,000 feet above ground level, although whether or not it'll work because we've got some taller terrain coming up here or higher terrain. Might have to go a little bit higher. Yeah, so there's no rush for me to get like the jets or nothing like that yet, because it's not like I've got, you know, I've not got like the ability to do airliner missions yet until like me ranks at that level. But certainly what I tend to do is I'll do a little bit of flying in like the single props for now. Once I've got a bit more money and I know that I can afford to like rent a like a twin prop or a turbo prop, or then I'll do the license for one of them. Helicopters, as soon as I can do like the search and rescue missions and the emergency missions, you know, it's always good to have the helicopter license. So absolutely. Yeah, I mean, all's this asks of you when you're doing these little checklists or these little tests or licenses is just go to this altitude, right? As you've just seen, do a 180. It might say turn to a heading of, you know, 295 and just follow that for a little bit. But ultimately, all it's going to ask us is to return to the airport that we took off from. So we're at like 3,200 now, but I might just have to go a little bit higher just because of the terrain's gone a little bit higher beneath us.
Now, fly a complete circle
There we
and
go.
maintain the exact same altitude.
Mate, they're dead straightforward. It's like literally just make sure you've got fuel, make sure you've got power, and turn the key. Unless you're in something like a beach, like a King Air. So it wants us to do a full circle now. Scooby, how you doing, mate? And to be fair, I'm cheating a little bit here because I've got the autopilot on. So I'm just adjusting me heading. Yeah, good man. How's the flight to India going? Whereabouts are you tracking now? Oh, nice. Okay, I'll have a little look, mate. Yeah, I've put it on the much lower setting. Oh, 4 hours into it, 5 hours left. Nice, okay, so near enough at the halfway point. Not bad, mate, not bad.
Now go back to the departure airport. Align with the runway and do a touch and go. A landing vertical speed of more than minus 400 feet per minute will not allow you to pass the qualification.
Oh, you got to do the return yet as well. Oh yeah, bloody hell. Right, so do a touch and go. Where did we take off from, by the way? I forgot. Was it EGBL? I think it was EGBL, wasn't it? But it wants us to do a touch and go. Yeah, I've just double checked. It was EGBL. Fucking hell, 2,666 to go. What aircraft are you in, Scooby? Oh, that's just me. Oh, it's that one there. Right, which way is the wind's going to favour here? Oh, the Dreamliner, nice. I'm just going to pick the runway, which is that one, just like facing towards us. For fuck's sake, I hate the way those windows are quite low. Oh, mate, they make a massive difference, you know. Right, so no more than 400 feet per minute. So we've got a big margin for error. So the way it actually gives you a score as well is based on your final landing. You've got to land within so much feet per minute. Can't remember what it is. I think for 3 stars you've got to be like less than 50 feet per minute. 2 stars, I can't remember if it's like 150 or 200, less than that. Genuinely can't remember. Coming in quite steep here as well. Just realised. But we're just doing a touch and go.
Well done. You can now fly a traffic pattern and do your final landing.
Oh no, 91. Okay, so it's 2 stars. I thought it was the other way around. Okay, so it's on that one. You touch and go. It gives you a score. Oh, I don't know that. Okay, but we've got 2 stars anyway. I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was genuinely thought it was like your final landing. That's alright, we'll take the 2 stars. Okay, so we'll come in on that runway. Oh, bloody hell, yeah. You definitely get your bonus for the week, don't you? Some flight, that, mate. Fuck that. Oh, mate, that's just insane. 14 to 16 hours. Oh well, it's an improvement anyway. If they'd done this and just got 1 star, it'd have been absolutely gutted. Oh yeah, you see that one, mate? Yeah, that was for the achievement, wasn't it? That one, I actually used the Concorde for that, so I've done it in like 3.5 hours. It's crazy how much right rudder I've got to put into this.
Well done. Now taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
Oh, look at that. That was 53 feet per minute, that one. Not too bad. Getting the disappear for the day, come home and land, yeah. Now, just to let you know, if you couldn't be bothered like taxiing somewhere sensible, you could literally just stop here, cut your engines, and it'll be happy to basically complete it here now. Right, we are classed as being off the runway, but we'll just go a little further along. Okay, parking brakes are on. Landing lights are off. Nav and beacon, yeah.
Congratulations. You passed your qualification. Have
There
a
we
nice
go.
day.
Knock that off. Avionics. Which one we at? The hello beacon nav. I don't remember where the avionics switch was. I had to put it on. Oh, it's down here, of course. Right, so what we'll do is we'll stick Neofly back on the screen, and now, if we have a little look at the qualifications page, so you'll see now that's updated to 2 stars. And it should tell us, I'm trying to remember what it tells us, that when we hover on the star, where did I see it before where it says you get 1 times the anyway, I think you get now like 1.5 or 1.75 times the XP that you do if you've just got 1 star. If we have a look at our pilots, so we've still got a qualification A. I'm trying to remember where the hell you hover over. Is it on the tick? Oh, I can't even remember. I genuinely can't remember. Anyway, there you go. That's Neofly. But yeah, I'm going to continue to use this. As I say, I've been messing around with it when it was in beta for a while. I've done a lot of flights, leveled up a few times. And the big thing as well, when you do level up, if you want to get some more money off it, like just starting off, even though you've got 5 grand in your bank account, you can take a loan straight away of 50 grand. So that might help you out if you want to like rent maybe an aircraft that's got a slightly larger cargo hold. You know, it takes a little bit more weight. Once you get up to bloody hell, was it 2nd officer, you can take a 150 grand loan. But even if you're not doing jobs, just flying, you'll see now my experience has gone up to 137. I was on like, what, 87, so just doing that was 50 XP. But just flying around will literally get you XP. If you are doing a mission, oh, it was, do you know what, it was in the job log, wasn't it? Where was it before? It told me I got like just 1 times the rate. I think that's what it shows you anyway when it pops up when you finish the job. Why? Oh, wait there. Why are they populating now? Because I can't actually do any of the. See the way it comes up with a little info panel. Oh, wait there. No pilot assigned to that plane. Okay, right. EGXC. So what I need to do now is move my pilot back to EGXC, or I can bring that aircraft back to where my pilot is. Where is it? Hangar. Bring this aircraft to pilot location for 2 grand. Yes, there we go. EGBL, lovely. Go back on the jobs page. There we go. And then you'll see I've got a few jobs, but not many at all. There's a small one here, which is 24 nautical miles away. 4 grand, 24 nautical miles. Which is that one. Yeah, we can do that. Also as well, just thing to note, if there's more than 1 job going to the same destination, providing your aircraft can fit it in, you'll be able to stack the jobs, so you'll be able to like double up. You don't get to double up on your XP, but you'll double up on the cash rewards. Do you like that picture as well, Scooby? Yeah. So what I'll do one more job. I'm going to have to, because I'm in the warrior, I'm going to have to go back to the menu, load back in. Just purely and simply because of changing aircrafts. But yeah, I'll just do this little hop. As I say, it is pretty good. If you do want to just do a small flight, you can just do literally a small job. That's one thing I like about it, because sometimes I want to fly. I just want like a little 10-minute, 15-minute flight. Neofly is also something that gives you that option because of just how long some of the jobs are. You can get some incredibly short jobs. Rewards aren't generally fantastic, but there is that option. Oh, Rogan as well. I haven't shown you the trading market, have I? What was it? Warrior. Djibouti, that's the one. Closing at ramp 2, departure, fly. So if I show you the, I'll show you that quickly, mate. So if we go to this little thing, goods market, take a little stall. So you'll see like EGBL is selling these particular goods. Tells you how much they're selling each unit for, what the weight is, how much they've got to sell. If we were to have a look on, say, there you go, if we show this one. So this is where we are now, EGBL. If I was to say, have a little look at EGQV, let's say compare to current, this will put this in here and it'll show you that you can buy cigarettes from where we currently are. And if we were to go to that airport that we just selected on the map, cigarettes, we could sell and make $112 per unit. But just bear in mind, again, you've got to take into account the weight, which isn't too bad. It's 10 units. But we've also got a price there, $920 per unit. So obviously you need to make sure you've got the money. So let me have a little look at our job a minute, just see where we're at. So where did I say we were going to? We were going to do this 24-mile one, didn't we? Echo Golf Victor November. So I'll tell you what, we'll kill two birds with one stone here and we'll have a look at this. I just turn that off, turn the tracking off. Sniper sim is loading. Again, you don't have to have this running, by the way. This is just something that I'm doing completely optional. So we're going to Echo Golf Victor November. We'll add that job.
Transporter from dispatch. Good morning.
So we've got
The cargo mission will start as soon
284
as you get in your aircraft and set the payload.
pounds of cargo that we can fit in. So Echo
Transporter
Golf.
from dispatch. Loading cargo. Please stand by.
Screen is manage your flight. Yeah, so Echo Golf Victor November. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to that goods market. Echo Golf Victor November. And there we go. Look at that fruit. So price of
Okay,
fruit.
pilot, that's everything stowed securely. We're ready for taxi.
If you see that, we can buy the fruit for 1,034. Its weight is 110. Now, how much cargo space have I got? I could potentially buy 2 of them. So if I go 2, so if I try and put 3 in, it's going to come up in red and say, sorry, mate, you've not got the space in your aircraft. So if I buy 2 of them, it's going to cost me $2,000. And then when I get to Echo Golf Victor November, I'm basically going to make $1,000 on that. So I can go with that, click buy. Yeah. So it shows me in my cargo now. I've got them in my aircraft. Job type normal, perishable goods, TTL is the time. Okay, lovely. Now we go back to our flight page. So missing £713. Right, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Plus, you've just got to make sure that sorry, dog's going off his head. Right, let's get it started. Let's get this done and get those goods all sold. Oh, mate, he's a nightmare. If he hears a noise or anything, he will just bark his tits off.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Right, so this is a very short flight. I'm going to do this because this is going to conclude the stream. I don't know if this has got Neofly connected. Nope. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Go back to the map. Yeah, so it's literally a very, very short flight, this. Right, we haven't got taxi lights in this. It's landing lights. We'll pop them on. Take the brake off. We'll do a little 180. Just thought on. Have I got shocks on still? Yeah. Tie downs as well. That was good, wasn't it? Thought, why the hell am I not moving? Wait, you finished the book already? No pictures in it. I do love the warrior. Google Documents right now, eh? Oh, only. Right, let's get up. So it's only 24 miles away.
Transporter, have a nice flight.
You reckon it's crap? Tell you what, that was struggling to get off the ground there, but what I've got to remember is as well, we're pretty much at maximum capacity. what you'll get to see here now as well is the like the XP bonus we get. So we probably won't earn as much XP as we did as the previous flight because, you know, we're only doing 24 miles compared to, I think the last one was around 100. But it'll give you when it's breaking down all like the payouts and stuff. It'll show you what rate of XP we're getting. So as I say, I think it's either like 1.5 or 1.75 compared to just 1 times the XP rate. So if we were doing another like 100 nautical mile flight, that'd be, you know, we'd earn a lot more than what we did for the first one. But it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Just little things like that. Oh, Tubbs, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Just checking out the brand new released, hot off the press today, this Neofly version 4. As I probably mentioned in the description, and maybe once or twice in the stream now. Yeah, it is something I've been using for the best part of a year while it's been in the beta. But yeah, brand new start. Since it's a full public release now, I thought I'm not gonna continue. Things have been altered and stuff, so let's just do a brand new playthrough. Hope you had a good day anyway, mate. I tell you what, I looked on your channel the other day as well, and I thought, bloody hell, didn't after you made that post on Twitter when I subbed to your channel. It's like, flipping hell, how many videos have you done? Jeez. Fair play, mate. Oh, nice, mate. Yeah, so just only this year. Before you just randomly pop the odd highlights and shorts. Yeah, well, I mean, as I say, mate, you know what? Even like when I started doing this, and I've always maintained the same sort of thing. You know, I'm not expectant of anything. You know, if I was worried about numbers and stuff like that, you know, I'd have stayed on Twitch and, you know, being happy with like the followers that I had over there. But I'm literally just finding ways to share content. But I'm not planning to make anything out of it. You know, it's just as I said in my reply to you earlier on. I think I'd find it easier just managing just one platform, and hopefully it does spur me on to, you know, make that transition to doing some recorded stuff just that little bit easier. So we'll see. Yeah, well, that's it. It's nice to have that option as well, isn't it? I mean, obviously, one of the downsides of the the other places, obviously, although you got VODs, it's ultimately all live stuff, isn't it? And of course, they disappear after, what is it? Is it like 2 weeks or something like that? But even though I've not done any VODs on YouTube yet, it feels nice knowing that any of these live streams that I'm doing are actually gonna stay, on me account. Anyone can see the videos, and I don't have to worry about anything expiring. So I like the idea of that. But that's it, mate. Yeah, you know what I mean. Splitting your splitting your time and your resources between the two. Yeah, unless you expose your Twitch stream to YouTube. No, that's it. Well, as I say, I'm more than happy of starting off from scratch again. And if people are kind enough to follow me over from Twitch, then great. Appreciate anyone who does that and subs to the channel. Hey, so 240, 7 knots. .240, so let's see what the runways are at this place. Oh, okay. Yeah, weird starting from scratch. Only take 1 or 2 videos of live streams to boost. Oh, streaming non-commercial stuff like mud running. Yeah, I used to do all right with like snow running. I think there was a few times when I was like there wasn't many people who were streaming it, but there was a time when I was certainly over the top of the list on that thing. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. That's why I couldn't see it. Right, so we want a runway at 240, so the nearest one, so it's going to be coming in from this side here. But yeah, but for me, mate, anyway, the whole streaming thing, as I say, I'm not planning to make anything of it. I mean, if I was, I'd have probably poured a stupid amount of money into it, and, as I've discovered, I can get so easily burnt out with it all, and I end up having to take a little, take a few breaks from time to time. So a good thing with this is, as you say, you can do some content that isn't live. It's all still under the same handle on the same platform. And I like the idea of that. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think which video that was. I seen one of them when I was scrolling through yours, and I seen you had one that it's hit quite hard. So well done for that, mate. Yeah, brilliant. Well, that's what you want as well, and with like the you mentioned they were like genuine questions. It's nice to see, you know, you're getting stuff like that and just not a load of, you know, just absolutely nonsense just typed in. What's that, teleport plane, did that say then? So we've got loads of runway here. Don't have to worry about nothing. Wind's just coming from the left ever so slightly. Gotta remember as well, I'm near enough at maximum capacity for this aircraft, so just need to make sure I'm not going to put myself into a stall here.
We have touchdown. Welcome. Please vacate the runway and proceed to parking.
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
21 feet per minute, that one as well. So it took me time there because now I've got hell of a lot of space. So we're going to pull up next to this hangar, eh? Right, parking brakes are on. Cut the fuel. Right, lovely jubbly. All done. Right, let's get Neofly open. There we go. And we'll see what it gives us.
Transport from dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the cargo. I'll call you when it's done.
Okay, so your qualification 2 stars gets you a rate of 1.25. There we go. That's not bad. I think they might have dialed that down compared to what it used to be. So I'm sure it was like 1.5 or 1.75. Okay, wait for that to update, so our money will change in a minute. There we go.
The cargo has been delivered. Nice work. Have a nice day.
Right, fantastic. Right, now if we go back to the goods market as well.
Everything is on board.
So what was it saying it was going to take off as? Oh yeah, fruit. So you click on this one, fruit. It knows that we've got some in our aircraft, so that's why it's got that little symbol next to it. And then if we say to it, there you go, just move that slide, you'll notice that it won't move any further because it knows that we've got 2 of these on board. And then we click sell. So we bought for, what was it, 2,000 or something like that. And now it's going to give us a return of 3,106. So yeah, we're making about just over £1,000. There we go. We're up to 15 grand already. But that is it. So there's a little live stream on Neofly. I think that's going to be it from me though. I think it's time for me to sign off. Have a little bit of a chill for the rest of the evening. And again, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, please give a thumbs up to the video. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more Neofly coming on the channel. This is something which I've always been really fond of, so it's a good opportunity now, this especially on YouTube, for me to yeah, get some more content on it. But that's it. Again, thank you very much to everyone who's popped in the live stream. Yeah, been good to have a few of you in here and having a little chat with me. Appreciate that greatly. And again, if you're watching this post live stream, thanks for checking the video out. I'm going to sign off, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.